Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ is in the studio with me.
What's up?
What's going on? Man, do we have a lot of stuff going on right now. It has been nuts. We've been traveling like crazy, and we're getting ready for the Big Dima show next week. Are you excited, CJ?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't sound it. You better you better drink more coffee.
I got some coffee right here.
You're dragging a little bit today, aren't you?
Well, I was out last night.
Yeah, that'll do it. A
But
little Halloween party, maybe.
Little shenanigans.
Little shenanigans doing. You know, Halloween is Monday. The Dima show in Orlando, which is the largest diving event in the world for the industry, starts off on November 1st, right here in Orlando, our backyard. And we have been planning accordingly and have some special things in the works for the show. Yeah, we're in charge. Scuba Radio is in charge of warming up the crowd before they enter the show floor each morning. So it's going to be a lot of fun because we give away tons of prizes. I got a trip for two with airfare from Fiji Airways to Voli Voli Resort to give away.
Oh, man, we can say,
Oh, hell,
hey.
that's it then. I'm not participating with Scuba Radio. I'm just going to be in the crowd.
Wrong. Sorry, you are...
I'll wear a disguise.
You are guilty by association, Casey the Tobacco Nut, so therefore you are uneligible for that particular prize. So, sorry about that. So you're just going to have to come and try to make someone else happy.
No, I'm not coming now.
Yeah, of course you have. You have to.
No.
Come
no,
on.
I'm not. No.
Oh, you're even wearing the hat. You can see this on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Live. I think he looks lucky. Is that what that is? He has a green hat.
Well, actually, it's part of my. I'm going to be a snake oil salesman.
Amazing snake oil salesman.
I like it.
Yeah.
I don't really understand it.
Cures baldness, confusion, stuttering, stabbing, ugly, gimpness, fatness, fear, loose lips, hairy ears, gum shot, gout, and gallstone.
Wow. And it cures baldness. Is that why? Is that the hat? Does that explain why you're wearing
Yes.
it? Oh.
Cures baldness.
Okay.
Look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that.
That's dedication to
Looks
the craft.
almost real.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. So Casey the Tobacco Nut has definitely been drinking already, celebrating Halloween a bit
what
too
makes
early.
you say that?
He's been drinking that snake oil, and I have a feeling the main ingredient is booze.
It's hyperallergenic.
You think so?
Hypo what?
Yeah.
Hypo.
Allergenic.
Okay. Casey's lost it. But
That's how we like them.
yeah.
Well,
So
you never had it to lose.
Well, that's fair. Point taken there, Jerry
This
the
is from
Diver
a
guy.
guy with no video feed.
Exactly.
Yeah, Jerry's
What
having
the
some
hell?
issue with his video, which could be a
Jerry is
bonus
the
depending on how
issue.
you look at it.
Cameras can be
It's a-
tricky.
it's
I
a
always have
great
problems
bonus.
with mine.
Yeah, so you can't really see Jerry the Diver guy on YouTube today.
And even when you
So you're
can,
welcome.
you don't want to.
Yeah, right. So, but yeah, everybody's planning to come to the show and participate in the festivities, whether it's, a trip to Fiji. We have liveaboard trips from Explorer Ventures to give away each morning. Turks and Caicos, Saba. We have trips to Bonaire. We have trips to the Bahamas. I mean, I'll tell you what, this is going to be another record-breaking year for giveaways at the Dima show. Shearwater's giving us a dive computer to give away.
Pretty
once
sweet,
again.
man.
So It's going to be nice. And
So
each
act
morning,
like you're entertained and you could win something.
Exactly. Tolerate our nonsense, which there'll be plenty of. And who
mean,
knows, you might win something
We
really, really
specialize
nice.
in nonsense.
Yes, we do. We're going to bring it full force at the Dima show.
So what you're saying is it pays off to come early.
It pays off to show up, about 30 minutes before the show, but each
Which is
morning
what
at
time?
10 a.m. 10 a.m.
It pays off to even show up, period.
Okay. What, just to be at the show, you mean, Jerry, or what?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Well, thanks for
Just
pointing that
because
out.
you get to see our beautiful faces, you get so many great deals at DEMA also.
That's true. I mean, you don't need any added incentive to want to participate in the Dima show. You shouldn't if you were, a member of the dive industry.
It's like a giant RV show, but instead of RVs, it's diving equipment.
Well, that's true. And, places to go and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah.
I think there are a lot of people that come just to see us, get a prize, and then go home.
Well, we've been doing this for literally
I
20 years.
seriously doubt that.
Well, you'd be surprised, CJ.
You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I mean, our little thing that we do to open the show each morning has turned into one of the biggest events of DEMA. And that wasn't planned.
Is
Don't
that what
get
they
me
tell
right.
you?
No, they come up and say it every year now. We have people that have gotten hip to our jive and understand that if they show up early and hang out with the Scuba Radio crew, chances are they're going to do pretty good. Because if you enter the DEMA show on the first day with a trip to Fiji or a liveaboard trip to, with Explorer Ventures or a shearwater dive, exactly. And you're going to enter that show with a big old smile on your face before you even get into the show. So, and that's kind of what our role is, just to make people
happy. And you'll
happy.
be the first to say, "Suck it, losers."
Well, not me, but if you win one of those prizes, yeah, absolutely.
Well, I'm just saying the guy that won or the girl
okay.
that won.
Jerry was acting as a winner, which he's a loser. So, it doesn't work in this sense.
I'm on a rebound, though.
Are you? How so? What do you mean?
Are you getting married again?
No, boy.
Wow.
You could have lived a minute longer with the waste of that breath.
Okay. All right. Well, that's an interesting way to put it. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be fun. Now, we have some really fun things planned for the DEMA show on how we're going to give away all this cool stuff before the show opens each morning. And being that Halloween is the night before, we are pulling out all the stops, and we're going to leverage that holiday or that event into the DEMA show, especially for day one. There's been rumors that actually we have a special announcer for the event, which is I'm really excited about.
Are those true?
Yeah, he was around and said he would work with us. So yeah, I think and we've kind of
You're not going to let the drunken sailor announce.
No, this is way bigger.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, no,
The
this is
drunken Santa?
way bigger. We've had agreements with this member or with this guy for years, which it goes to show how successful we've been on Scuba Radio for.
But
25.
at what cost, Greg?
Well, the cost has been great, but
I'm tired of paying the bail.
Yeah, well, there's no bail involved, but there is a contract that we've had to sign. And actually, he's had.
No, what's this we stuff?
Oh no, it's everybody's.
I have nothing to do with this.
No, there's some truth to it.
Once again, CJ, we get drug into his happiness.
That's
I know.
right. And unhappiness.
Don't drag me into your personal hell.
Hey, I saw what you did there. But anyway, I don't want to give away too much. But yeah, we have a special surprise announcer for the DEMA show, which will make its debut, or will be helping us out in some capacity.
So basically, like introducing you.
Yeah, announcer, to kind of bring the Scuba Radio
And now here's Greg.
crew on.
You could have gotten me cheap, so. But
Yeah, well, we
I'm
wanted to
right here.
We wanted to kick it up a notch or down a notch. I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. Plus, we got some cool ideas for dive or no dive, like a deal or no deal. And then there's the like the Masked Singer. We got the Masked Diver contest. We'll tell you about that next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Bula! You'll hear that a lot when you visit Fiji.
It's more than a greeting. It's the spirit of this friendly country. With 333 islands, white sand beaches, and year-round tropical warmth, it's hard not to feel happy at this exceptional dive destination known as the soft coral capital of the world. Fiji Airways has a modern fleet of aircraft to take you to Fiji in style and at great prices. Contact your travel agent now or go to FijiAirways.com and plan your Fijian dive adventure. That's FijiAirways.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, no, Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I'm so scared.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ in the studio with me. Just a few days away from Halloween. And so we got to play some it's required, isn't
Obligatory.
it? That's what I said.
Started to.
Obligated. We are obligated to play Halloween music for the show today, whether you like it or not. What? Boo-hoo. Is that what you said? You're
That's
crying?
what you said. You said obligata, but you sounded like somebody famous. I don't know who.
Sounded like he's trying to be the water boy and say "umagabla blah blah
All right.
blah blah."
Okay, what's wrong with those boys?
Don't look at me.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
Yeah, Jerry, the diver guy. I'm my vote's on him. And Casey, the tobacco nut.
And Casey.
Well, he's drinking
I'm
his
working
snake
on
oil.
it, but I'm not drunk yet.
He's gonna dress up as a snake oil salesman, evidently.
Snake oil salesman.
That's pretty
Yep.
original. I don't think I've ever seen one of those.
Well, I haven't either. I didn't know they wore. What is that? A green
That's a fine
Green
derby
hat.
hat. Green derby
With
hat.
my
Minion
with my
goggles
what
on
is
it.
The Astropunk glasses.
Astropunk. Is that what that is?
Steampunk.
I don't know what it is.
Steampunk.
Yeah. Steampunk.
You think? I think it was more like a minion, like a green minion. That's what I thought
What
he
are
was
you,
trying.
6?
Yeah, kind
Jesus.
of. So anyway,
I
so
would have to paint my face yellow and make one big eye to be a minion.
well, I would think, Casey, that because the Dima show is about diving, that your costume would have some kind of connection to the diving world or something.
Mine does, and I'm not going to say what it is.
Why not?
Because it's a surprise. You have to see Tuesday.
Well, yeah, but not everybody will be there. I mean,
Well,
people
they can
listening
suck
right
it
now,
then.
someone listening right now, we may give them a pretty good idea or maybe a costume to avoid. So the best
right,
diving
fine.
themed
All right.
costumes.
I'm going to be
I'll
a pirate.
take my snake oil and I'll turn it into compressed air salesman.
Okay, you're going to sell air.
I like it.
That's pretty good.
That's like a radio salesman.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
They sell air.
We're going to sell
Yeah.
air. That's
Look,
right.
I'll sell you a tank of air that cures baldness, confusion, stuttering, stabbing, ugly, gimpness, fatness, fear, and no narcosis.
Huh.
I love it.
All right. So he's a air salesman, or
Are you gonna have like a special mix name like Casey Trox?
yes, yeah. There could be something there.
Casey's
Sure, if it
magnificent
makes you happy.
premium air.
Heliox. Yeah. You got to come up with something there.
Casey's magnificent.
See, we're helping. Well, this is how you help your fellow
Oxygen-rich
dive buddies to kind of zero in.
Rich, breathable, 100% breathable oxygen air.
all natural.
Okay. All right. So that's what good dive buddies do. They help out their fellow divers.
Since he's Casey Tobacco Nut, he could always call it Nut Trox.
Wow.
That's something different.
That's a different thing altogether.
Yeah, that's a different holiday.
All right. Moving on.
That's for Valentine's
Now,
Day.
before the show yesterday,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
actually texted the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, and I said, look, we are going to be talking about what to do as divers for Halloween, being that the DEMA show's coming up, and we have these contests, that I want to tie in with the holiday and all that kind of good stuff. And I sent a picture of a mask, of a red mask with a white stripe through it.
Oh, that's what that was for?
Yeah, it's a dive flag. It's
That's freaking horrible.
Horrible.
I almost swore just
Madonna
now.
Blonde Ambition tour.
I thought that was
What
some
are you
sort
guys-
of new hair band.
I thought it was a joke.
No, it
You're
was
actually going with that?
it's a red mask. You could take something like the Scream mask or just one of those.
Did you
red-
make that, or that they sell it like that?
No, we had to make it. We took a red mask and we put a white stripe through it,
Who's we?
like a dive
Yeah,
flag.
it was we.
Not
My
you,
team of
Dookie.
artistic people. Yeah, costume
In
designers.
other words, you made your wife do it.
She
So-
is.
So
She
you,
is
your
always
neighbor,
painting.
Look,
and a
no,
case
well,
of
hold on,
beer
hold on.
and some rattle can.
No, I don't want to be unfair here because CJ.
She wasn't busy painting your entire kitchen.
There was no paint, first off. But let me just point something out. I
Please.
texted this out, and CJ and Jerry were the only ones who got down on this whole idea. You realize
Yeah,
that,
the
right?
I called it effing hideous.
The other clan, except the two, were too busy laughing at you.
Wrong. You were
I
so
agreed
wrong.
with CJ. I said
You didn't
"This
like it
is
either."
Horrendous.
Yeah.
Huh?
No, hold on. Just so we're clear of what we're trying to do with this, because I think you guys got the wrong idea. That I put this out there. I said, hey, this is an idea, and I think you guys assumed that I thought, or maybe that you would have to wear this mask as part of
No,
the
I just
Scuba Radio
it's
Scuba
ugly
Squad.
no matter what. Here's what you guys, we need to finally realize
Yeah, pull it out. It's right there
is-
behind you on the
is
on
that
the
once
shelf.
Greg gets these ideas in his head,
Mhm.
he accepts no consideration.
Correct.
You're never going to talk him out of it.
Right. That's the whole
That's
idea.
true.
That's one of the curses of being a genius.
Oh my God!
What?
It's even worse in person. Holy hell!
Well, put it on, show everybody. They can watch.
This thing on.
No,
Look,
put
this
it-
is why I
well,
said,
it's
are
not
you
that. You don't have to
sending
put that on.
Wait,
Just
what?
that's.
I said,
that's-
are we all getting one of these?
And I
If he
said,
puts that wig on.
No,
if he
the
puts
whole-
that wig on. That'd be the first time
Right.
he's had hair on his head.
no, the
in
whole
years.
idea
Did I put
is
the whole thing on and
you
then
can go ahead, and people can see this on YouTube, live, or Facebook Live, YouTube, and Twitch. which
things
are
I do
streaming
for
it.
this show?
That's right. CJ's going to model this mask that we created for a contest. By the way, this is going to be for the masked diver contest, guys. Okay, so what we're going to do is put somebody in the mask, and the audience is going to have to figure out who it is, and that's how they'll win. Kind of like the Masked Singer TV show, but they won't have to sing. They won't have to really do anything but sit there with the mask on.
So
and
is one of us going to wear the mask?
well,
or
who
do
knows?
you
It depends on
special
who.
in mind?
It depends on who the masked diver of the day is. Now, okay,
You're
now
going to
there.
have to put up a screen or something to hide
Look at
their
this
bodies, Greg.
nonsense.
Yeah,
because
it's called a sheet. They put on a sheet over their bodies there, Jerry. It's pretty
So there's
easy
going
to
to be
do.
a sheet
Yeah,
wearing
and,
this mask.
and wear this mask, and then
Are
they'll
they
have
going
to.
to
they
sing
can't see
Diver
this, right? Only
Down
on
by David Lee
YouTube.
Roth or
Yeah.
something?
No, everybody can see this on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Casey and Jerry don't see it. CJ, is that what you mean?
They're scared.
I saw
Yeah.
the photo.
I think it
I
looks
see it.
pretty awesome. Feel free to comment. We want to hear your thoughts on email. info@scubaradio.com or
What is it?
comment.
Like a
Person will
zombie
put on
diver?
this
Does it have a
mask.
name?
It's the masked diver. Hello, because you're
Okay, and what
you
are
have
they
a
going
dive
to
mask on
do?
your face. How hard is this to
A
understand?
dive flag on my face.
Well, yeah, exactly. That's the whole idea. Now, do you
Are
get
they
it?
going to sing?
I mean,
no,
I got
I
it.
just
I
said
got
it already.
when you
You guys
text
aren't
me.
listening to me. And
Whoa.
Jerry, or I mean, CJ, you flipped up the eye thing. You messed up the eye. What'd
What?
you do there?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
No, he's just got his hair tossed to the side.
Oh boy.
The first time he's had hair in how many years?
I'll tell you what, this is it's awesome. I look over and it's creepy and cool at the same time. Exactly what we're going for. That's kind of how this show is built. Creepy and cool sometimes. A little. More coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio,
Scuba Radio.
the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I own a motel not too far from here, and you'd be welcome to spend the night in one of the empty rooms if you'd like.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Happy Halloween. Hopefully you're getting ready to take your wetsuit, fill it full of dry leaves, and create a corpse outside the front of your home for all the little kiddies to come by and freak out to. That's what you can do with your dive gear. Or you could, if you're really lucky, you have one of those old Mach 5 helmets. You can create the Scooby-Doo costume. That's always a fave, but it's hard to get your hands on those kind of things. But you'd like one of those, wouldn't you, CJ?
Hell yeah, those are cool.
Yeah. Now,
Like those really fancy ones we saw in the Keys that guy makes.
right. Yeah, they're only like, what, 20 grand a piece
Yeah, they're
or something?
a little pricey.
Little pricey. This little mass diver idea, though, did that for like $10. And then CJ and everybody didn't seem to like it. Casey said, "Does everyone get one?" And I'm like, "Oh hell no, that was $10. I'm not going to pay $10 for every, Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad member. What do you think? I'm made of money?"
Well, if it's just the guys that showed up today, that'd only be $20.
Well, we got more showing up.
And Jerry doesn't
They're
have
staggered.
video, so you could just do him for $5.
I'm not doing Jerry for nothing.
I don't know. This might
Well,
be growing
gee, I
on
love
me.
you too.
I might be changing my mind, Greg.
What do you mean? You like it?
I'm starting to like it.
Well, see, no, so just so we get the concept of this, so you guys understand, the Mass Singer TV show, huge hit, right? You guys are familiar with this TV show.
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Right? So we're going to do the masked diver. We're going to put somebody behind the mask. And then, Jerry brought this up on the last segment. They'll have to be covered up so people can't tell who's behind. Well, yeah, they'll put them in like a big sheet or something so you can't tell if it's a male or a female. And it'll cover up their entire body. So all they'll see is the dive mask and the wig. And then
this being the dive mask, not an actual dive mask. That's kind of confusing.
What do you mean?
Halloween mask.
Okay. Well, yeah, but it's the dive mask.
Dive flag mask.
Like the masked singer, it's the masked diver.
Right.
We're playing the masked diver contest.
Well, when you first said that, I thought you were just putting a dive mask on somebody.
Okay. You're making this way more difficult.
How are we going to get them to single out this person? Sing or tap dance?
No.
We'll pick somebody.
We'll get someone to put the mask on, preferably someone famous. And if we can't do that, we'll get, like Casey or
If
Jerry.
you can answer this question, who is this masked diver?
Right.
It blank the tobacco nut.
Are we going to
That's your clue.
No, I think it would
blank the diver.
I think what it'll have to be is a multiple choice, though. We will give them like A, B,
and
or
then
C.
if nobody could guess it, I'll know my popularity on this show.
Drunken blank.
No, we won't even give them that. It'll just be there'll be 3 people.
Blank the dive master.
Each person will take a guess, A, B, or C. Do you think it's this person, or this person? So we're gonna get a winner out of the 3. We'll make.
Are
it
you going to
easy
allow
enough.
the contestants
we always
to
get a winner?
Are you going to allow the contestants to ask the masked diver questions?
Absolutely not. No, he's the masked diver. He can't. He won't be able to, or she won't be able to move, talk, or do anything. Just sit there behind the mask, behind.
Well, you have to be able to answer a question.
No, he does not. What part of this you guys don't understand? I said we're going to make a multiple choice. So we'll pick 3 people out of the audience. They'll pick, A, B, or C. Who do you think this is? And if they pick the wrong one, well, the other person who had the other choice will win. It's a pretty simple concept.
Excellent.
I would do one at a
idea,
time
Greg.
because the person might guess right away and then get it
Well,
correct,
right.
and then
Well,
the
no,
other 2
they-
are just standing there.
But remember, I how many prizes I have? Remember, I told you we have a ton of prizes. Everybody's going to win.
All right. So there's
But somebody's going to win.
there's secondary
huge.
prizes.
Yes, somebody's going to win huge.
Somebody
if they,
gets a trip
pick.
to Fiji, and somebody gets a bottle of wetsuit cleaner.
I don't have that. Do you?
I might
The
have a
wet-
couple extra from last show.
Bring them on. This is Casey, the tobacco nuts wetsuit cleaner and/or personal sweat. We're not
I
sure.
could be a wetsuit cleaner salesman.
Is you can
There you
stew
go.
in his
Or a
own
nut.
juices.
Or a duck cleaner.
Okay.
Duck
Okay.
cleaner.
All right. You guys you're worthless. You're not helpful
It
at
was
all.
lean years.
But we're all you
He
got.
needed the money.
But
Yeah.
you love us.
Okay. So that's just one concept that, after talking about it and making it as clear as mud with you 3, probably won't happen after all. We'll go back
I
to
think
dive
that's
or
a
no dive.
wonderful idea.
Yeah. But now that I've
Gotta-
explained it, do you think it might be okay?
Sure.
Okay.
It depends on who you get.
Yeah.
To be the masked diver.
I am 100% behind you, Greg.
Well, I mean, we can recruit people there at the DEMA show. We're going to have diving celebrities from all over the world converging on Orlando this week. So I just got to recruit a few. And
I know who you should get.
Who?
You should get Neil.
Well, that might be one.
That'd be
Could
awesome.
be. Could be.
Are you going to
But
do it multiple days or just one day?
I don't know. We'll have to do it and decide how well we think it goes. I mean, the contest we've been doing the last year, and I don't know. I guess we did this at DEMA too. At one point, is like a deal or no deal spoof. We did dive or no dive. So we definitely are planning to do some of that, and we're gonna have our mermaids on hand.
Remember
And they're
the
gonna hold
DEMA,
a case
the
and all
DEMA
that.
that you threw the fake poop out into the crowd.
Memories.
That
I
was
don't think that went
hilarious.
over too well.
That was hilarious.
That was hilarious.
But
People
it-
were saving those as like
It
souvenirs.
went over real good.
Look, I have fake poop.
Yeah. What are you saying? We should throw those out?
I'm just saying. Do you remember that? That was funny.
Well, I
I
do.
was just reminiscing.
I had blocked it out until you brought it up again.
You're welcome.
I'm having a flashback. Oh boy,
Having
He likes
PTSD.
CJ like handling
PTSD exactly. Yeah, but yeah, DEMA's always a great time. It's so much fun to hang out with everybody from the industry. It's like a family reunion for us since we've done it
Huge
so many
family
years.
reunion.
Yeah, and I love giving away all this stuff from our sponsors and supporters that make it possible for us to do this show. And this is how we give back. We give a ton of stuff away, thousands of dollars in prizes to give away.
Yeah, no joke. These are. I mean, Greg is usually full of crap, but these prizes
Yeah.
are insane.
And
And every now and then he throws it out in the audience.
Yeah, that crap. Sometimes I've thrown it out at the audience that I'm so full of.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm not planning that for this year. But
Yeah.
Who knows? Anything could happen.
Keep it clean.
I'm trying to tie in a Halloween theme for the thing.
I
So
gotcha.
we got a whole deal.
It's a great plan.
But great prizes to give away, and this the masked diver.
No tricks, all treats.
So
kind of tricks. There's be some tricks there.
Oh, really?
Too. I mean, that's kind
you
of.
mean to tell me it's Halloween and you're not going to have a costume contest?
Well, we've done that
It's
before.
kind of the day after Halloween. It's kind of the Halloween hangover.
The last time we did a costume contest, there was a malfunction with the Elvis costume.
Oh,
yes, I remember that.
Yeah, see, now I blocked that one out too.
In the bottom.
No, it wasn't there. But it was that was Jerry the Diver guy. That way, I had nothing to do with it. Nothing.
I didn't have nothing to do with it either, but something did.
Yeah, said something poking out. Wasn't supposed to. But there was that. But we won a prize for best
short and
group.
sharp.
We won a prize. Scuba Radio won a prize years ago for best group costume.
I was part of that.
As the world's largest dive belt.
Yep, we were all a weight.
Yes,
Pretty
there were
awesome.
5 of us. Each of us was a weight. We were all connected via a giant strap, and we won best group costume at the
As we should have.
at the demo party that I think Divers Alert Network was doing the party that year, and they had a Halloween contest. There could be one going on this year. I don't know. I mean,
We're not
I know
organizing
as
it, but
a-
there might
as
be.
As a performer on this show, y'all drag me down.
Performer.
Yeah, where'd he get that at?
Wow.
Yeah,
Resolution.
he really elevated himself to another level. A delusional, I think, is the word we're looking for, right? Maybe. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
What truly lurks beneath the sea? What mystery awaits?
Halloween, Halloween, ooh, Halloween. Ghostly things are gonna happen.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Ghostly things are going to happen for the DEMA show this year, being that the DEMA show in Orlando is going to happen literally the day after Halloween. There is going to be some crossover. Whether all the divers dress up, I don't know. I would imagine we're going to see quite a few attendees out on the streets of Orlando Halloween night, though. And whether they're dressed up as the masked diver or some other, old commercial diver from like Scooby-Doo.
I think this is one of your original creations. Nobody's going to be dressed up like the masked diver.
Well, that may be the case, yeah. So you're saying that's a very creative idea, is what you're saying.
I said it was original.
Okay.
It's all right. It's pretty creative.
Okay. Well, we will see. And, we have some plans that are going to make things at the DEMA show so much fun because we do have a ton of stuff to give away. Plus, let me not forget that we are doing our annual Bahamas Happy Hour party Wednesday and Thursday of the show at 4 p.m. So we're going to open the show and close the show on Wednesday and Thursday in the Bahamas Isle. There's rumors of rum punch or, Kalik-a-Clock at 4 o'clock. Kalik being the official beer of the Bahamas. Soon they got all kinds of crazy things planned.
That rum punch is very potent.
Could be. I mean, I'm not sure what they're planning, but I know the Bahamas are pulling out all the stops. They got a whole new display, by the way, which is I think it's going to turn some heads at the DEMA show. When people show up, they're going to, whoa, look, this is impressive.
Have you seen it?
I have.
Sneak
I've seen the
preview?
setup, and it is slick. A lot of video monitors.
Cool.
Like an aisle that's like, the floor's like bright white. It's really impressive. It's an impressive display. and that's where our happy hour party will be. Our Junkanoo happy hour party will be, and when I think Mermaid Kristen's going to be on display. I don't know if they're planning to serve her up on a spit. You know,
That'd be a great idea.
You think? And then,
Yeah.
by the way,
No, that'd be Fiji, wouldn't it?
What do you mean?
They're more the cannibals.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah, but the Bahamas, they like fish.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, like a.
I was thinking about the human part,
grilled
not the fish part.
Well, yeah, but she's a mermaid, so that's technically a fish, I think.
Part fish.
As long as she can hold an apple in her mouth, she's fine.
Okay. The other thing is the scuba magicians are going to be joining us in the morning as well, and I have not bounced this off of the off the team there. But the other thing, other than the masked diver idea, was could we saw a mermaid in half?
That would be a trick.
That would be
I think
pretty
that'd be a
cool,
great
wouldn't
trick.
it? So
Great trick.
I'm throwing it out there to the universe. That's kind of on my list of things I'd like to see at the DEMA show, because they're going to perform during the morning show festivities with us. Chef, the scuba magician that we've had on the show a few times, and I bounced it off of him, but I don't know what's involved in a magic trick like that. I mean, because it's magic and
a box and a saw blade.
Okay, yeah, I guess you
I'll
need
bring
that.
the saw blade.
Yeah, and we just need a box, and then we could saw a mermaid in half, or a Casey the tobacco nut, or Jerry the diver
I have
guy.
a better idea.
Yeah.
Let's do it as a tutorial, and he can walk us through sawing the mermaid in half.
What do you mean?
We'll do the sawing. He just tells us how to go about it.
What, like exposing the trick kind of thing?
Yeah, like Penn and Teller. We're going to show you and tell you how to do this, and we're going to have complete idiots handling the sharp object.
What could possibly go wrong? But you know what? That'd be radio gold. It'd be a very memorable experience if we actually lost a member of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad at DEMA this year. No one would ever forget it, just like throwing poop on everybody.
It would be hard to top that next year.
Yeah.
I just pour some rum on the wound.
Is that right? Actually, Steve from Volley Volley is bringing some Ratu rum.
Nice.
So we'll have that. I hear we're going to have some of that on site. So if we need an antiseptic or a little pick-me-up, we'll have it available to us.
Some
How
for
about
you,
that?
some for me.
Yeah, that's right.
Can I bring my little shot glass?
Please.
Whoa, look at that. That's a shot glass, is it?
Yeah. To a real drinker.
Yeah, some people would consider that a coffee mug.
Start with those. Yeah.
Okay, well, Casey
I'm
the
a
tobacco
trained
drunk.
Professional.
Yeah, well, we will see how trained
That's
he
what
is.
Barry says all the time.
What?
That he's a trained professional.
Who?
And what?
Barry.
Yeah, Barry's not here today.
Who's Barry?
Barry the
That's why we
bugger.
can cut him today.
Well, no, we're not going to cut him. Not in half. No, he's taking a break today. Can you
All
blame him?
right.
He's had enough. He had enough for you.
He's painted
you.
that damn house 100 times this year. So
Well,
he needs a
yeah.
rest.
Well, he's doing his thing, but he'll be back, soon enough. We are going to be recording a show, by the way, from the DEMA show floor. So make sure you tune in next week. You'll hear all the festivities. If you're not fortunate enough to be here in Orlando with us, we'll try to capture that, give you a little, glimpse behind the curtain of the dive industry next week. It's always a fun show to do. And by the way, I can't believe it's been this long into the show. I haven't even brought up the Fiji videos. Did you guys all saw what we got?
They look pretty good.
Yep.
You like them? Yeah. What do you think,
Well,
Casey?
the only thing that was wrong
Great.
with them, Greg.
I think they're excellent.
Okay.
The only thing wrong with them, Greg, was you didn't have enough of my beautiful face in it.
Wow.
I actually preferred the ones that Jerry was missing.
Well, he was seen
Gee, I love you
enough.
too.
Wasn't he?
I saw the butt coral.
You did. You found that. That was hidden. That was a hidden little
I
nugget.
thought it was funny where you placed it too.
Well, you're welcome. Yeah. I mean, we basically just released 3 videos from Fiji, and the idea was to capture, a little of the activities of what we did at each resort. First one being Paradise Taviuni, The second was
Awesome place.
Voli Voli Resort, Beach Resort.
Super great place.
And then we finish it up with Bengal Lagoon. So all 3 videos
Great shark diving.
went live today at ScubaRadio.com. Just click on the video tab and you can watch them. And, gives you a little idea of what it looked like at the resorts and some of the stuff that we did. And,
or YouTube also, right?
Or YouTubing, yeah. But, I mean, the easiest is just
funny,
to find it.
I would see it. It popped up on my YouTube.
Yeah.
Like right after you uploaded it.
Right.
And I watched it, and then I got a text like an hour later. Hey, check this. I'm like, I already saw it.
All right, so I've been there, seen that. Yeah, but you have to kind of go back and watch it a few times to really capture everything.
Well, I was
because
like,
there's a
damn,
lot
that
in
looks
there.
awesome. Wait, I was there.
That's right.
I remember that.
It was a little trip video for CJ and
Maybe
Jerry
you
the
want to
Diver
go
Guy.
back.
I know.
A good gauge would be really what Casey thought, because he was not there. We were all there. So when you watch those videos, Casey, did you go, gosh, I wish I could have I wish I could have been there with us, or what do you think?
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, watching the videos was definitely an enticement to go.
I mean, as cool as those videos are, it was probably about 70% cooler than that to actually be there.
Well, yeah, there's no way to capture
But
what it's really like.
It got a little taste.
That is so creepy what Jared keeps doing, by the way. And
I know, I'm trying to ignore it.
Having been with the crew on several trips, I can kind of fill in the gaps and realize how cool those trips really were and how much fun everybody was having.
Yes. No, we did. That was one of the best trips we've done in the history of Scuba Radio. I can say that.
The best trip.
Totally honestly. And we got to thank Fiji Airways in particular for making that all possible. And we're going to be hanging with them at the DEMA show. They're all going to be there. So, like I said, tune in next week for that. All right, look, hour 2 is on deck. We got the Shearwater Diver of the Week on deck. Also, Lad Atkins, who has been following the grouper controversy in Florida. We're going to have that in hour 2. So stick around to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling your radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ in the studio with me. We are getting geared up for the big DEMA show in Orlando next week. And as part of the, festivities, we're giving away a ton of stuff. trips to Fiji, the Bahamas, liveaboard trips with Explore Ventures. We even have a Peregrine dive computer to give away from Shearwater. And Ness is with us from the she's the customer care manager at Shearwater to talk about, what they do and what they're planning for the DEMA show, among other things. Ness, welcome to Scuba Radio. How are you? How you doing?
Yeah, thanks. Nice to be here. I'm doing great.
Absolutely. Are you coming to Orlando yourself, Ness, or are you leaving that to the underlings to handle for you? What do you think?
Not this year. I've been to quite a few shows now, but someone's got to stay home and hold the fort. So
Right.
We've got quite a big crew heading that way, though.
I have no doubt about it. They always have put on quite a thing there at the DEMA show. I mean, other than giving us a Peregrine dive computer to give away to make one person there at the show extremely happy, are they doing some other things that you can share with us at the DEMA show, or are you leaving that up to the crew that comes to Orlando?
Oh, I'm leaving that up to the crew that comes to Orlando to surprise everybody. They're just actually wrapping up a show this weekend at Divescapes in Alberta here in Canada, and they'll be doing a giveaway there, and you can expect a little bit more excitement happening at DEMA as well.
I have no doubt about it. So, Ness, how did you get wrapped up into this team there up in Canada with Shearwater? Because, they're like a who's who of the dive industry. There's so many, accomplished divers that work there at Shearwater because, the guys who started that company, they, he was a diver. He wanted a dive computer that was easy to use, functional, did everything, and then some. And you've like taken over the market in that regard. Is that your story too, or how do you get involved with the folks at Shearwater?
Yeah, well, do you want the long version or the short version of that answer?
Well, we got about 5 minutes, so you take your pick.
All right. So, sort of going way back, I've been diving here in BC for about 20 years now, and in the industry for about 19. And I started like a lot of people did in the industry as a dive master and then an instructor working at a local shop for many, many years.
Yeah.
And at that shop, Bruce and Lynn would come by and get their tanks filled for their rebreathers, and developed a bit of a relationship with them.
Right.
I remember early days, Bruce coming in and showing me this giant, massive metal controller that he built. I think I was about 20 years old and diving for about a year, and he was telling me everything that it could do for his rebreather and all the programming he put in it, and all of it went over my head, but it was fascinating nonetheless. And about 15 years later, sort of ran into Lynn, and things had changed in my life, and they were looking for a customer support rep, and we got to talking, and one thing led to another, and I joined the company, and I've been there for about 5 years now.
Well, there you go. And I will say Shearwater has probably one of the best, if not the best, reputation for customer service than any other dive industry business that I'm aware of. Now, I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to brown nose. I mean, it's the God's honest truth. We get this from your customers constantly. Is that, you want to take credit for that, or is that from the top down kind of thing that happens at Shearwater? What do you think there, Ness?
Oh, I certainly can't take credit for that.
You should.
I mean, that's a legacy of Bruce and Lynn, and the care that they established, and just the whole team. We have a great network of people working with us around the world, and in the office. So, I've got lots of staff on site that are divers, dive instructors, and they're the ones that are often answering the emails and helping out people that have questions and broken computers and all of that. But then
right.
That extends onto our service centers around the world that are just filled with awesome people, again, divers, so they can empathize. They know what divers need, what they want, how critical it is to get back in next weekend to teach that class or go on that trip. So, that's really what it comes from. It's just, being
aware. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, once again, like all the people that work there are avid divers. They understand that if you have an issue with a product that they have provided, they'll get it to you. They'll fix it, or they'll say, okay, look, here's a couple options. I mean, I've gotten this feedback from your customers so many times over the years. It's remarkable. I mean, and some of them are pretty elaborate. They really went above and beyond what you would expect. a manufacturer of a dive computer company to make. And like I said, I'm not just saying that. This is stuff I've heard firsthand from people, and I know you get it all the time. But the bottom line is that you just understand what the divers are dealing with in the field, and if they have an issue, you want to fix it for them as fast as possible, so they can get back in the water and do what they love, right?
That's exactly it. Yeah, there's no big secret to it. That's all it is. And
Yeah.
we're really lucky to have great customers and really good shops that we work with too that will help us out when we need to try to get someone a loaner in a difficult spot in the world or get a replacement to them that way. And yeah, so we've just got a great network of people that we deal with.
Right. And the thing is, they work. The entire line of Shearwater computers are phenomenal. I mean, they really are so easy to use. That's what I like. I mean, they're easy to read. They do everything and then some, whether you're a recreational diver, technical diver, rebreather. I mean, they got the entire gamut of the dive industry covered. And I really love personally, I'm diving the Tarek, but that Peregrine is a very, very nice computer. And once again, we're going to give one away at the DEMA show next week, thanks to our friends at Shearwater. So Ness, I got to ask you, what about personally? Are you diving a lot yourself there in Alberta, Canada? Well, in Canada, is that where you dive the most, or you travel and dive?
Yeah, so I'm in BC, just outside of Vancouver, Canada, and yeah, I dive mostly up here. I don't dive as actively as I did when I was instructing. That was kind of, one of those situations where you're in the pool 4 days a week and you're in the ocean 4 days a week, and somehow there's only 7 days a week.
Right.
But yeah, no, I'm still diving up here actively. I've done some, warm water trips, and those are lovely. But I am an advocate for cold water diving. And
so dry
diving.
suit stuff is your style, or are you really hardy and do like an 8 mil or something?
Oh no, I think I did my first 7 dives in a wetsuit and never looked back up here. It's all dry suits since
I
then.
like it. But up there, I mean, you got like orcas and things like that, and wolf eels, right? Is that typical for your surroundings when you're diving, or what?
You got it. I mean, you're probably not going to see an orca while you're on the dive, but you might be lucky enough to see one afterwards from the boat. We've got great diving here in Vancouver for a major city. You can get out of town and then to a dive site, to a shore dive site in about half an hour.
Nice.
And across the water from us, Vancouver Island has some of the best cold water diving in the world. It's just full of life and kelp forests, sea lions.
There you go.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I just saw a bunch of sea lions on a trip out to the West Coast, and they are fun to see. I was diving with one and tried to take my head off, but I thought it was just playing with me. I thought it was a friendly encounter until I got back up on the boat, and the dive master said, "That thing was going to eat you." And I'm like, well, thank you for not telling me that at the time, because I might have needed a new dry suit. You hear what I'm saying there, Ness? Yeah.
Sounds like you look like a chew toy.
There you go. Exactly. All right. Well, thanks for being on Scuba Radio. We're going to dub her the official Diver of the Week, brought to you by Shearwater and the Shearwater Peregrine. Embark on your adventure. And we got more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Tarek is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ in the studio with me. Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. Made up of Jerry the Diver Guy, Casey the Tobacco Nut. And Vinny Two Tanks has joined the club this week as well and has harvested a new friend. You may remember from last year, he had, what was his name again? What was the pumpkin's name? CJ, do you remember?
Harry?
Harry the Pumpkin. And now, as you can see on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch, there is a freshly new gourd sitting behind Vinny Two Tanks.
I love his face. It's kind of friendly.
It is.
Smiling.
It looks like he has a bit of an overbite or something. I don't know if that's
I love it.
Some form of, is it a deformity? What is that
He
exactly?
has a regulator in his mouth.
It's stitches. It's
Stitches. Okay.
Come on.
All right. He has
He
some
had
issues.
a loud mouth, and they stitched it up.
But it isn't as, it does look a little bit more normal compared to Harry last year.
Well, he's improved.
Who has since
he's growing as an artist.
Has rotted away and moved on to the great beyond. But now Harry the
Harry's
Pumpkin.
reincarnation.
Well, is it? Or is this a brand new
Harry,
friend
come back to life.
and or Scuba Radio mascot, Vinny? What is it?
Well, I named him Whitey because I thought in the class there was going to be paints, but this time all they had was markers. So I was going to paint the pumpkin face white and then put the black eyes and make it look like a ghostly pumpkin.
Like a ghost
but that
pumpkin.
plan fell through. I already named him Whitey, so I'm going to keep calling him Whitey.
You're going to keep calling him Whitey.
I don't
Even though it's an orange pumpkin. Okay.
He committed to the name.
Well, hey. Okay. Now we know how the mind of Vinny Two Tanks works.
Oh, my God, I love
he's a
it.
dedicated friend.
Imagine the pumpkin painted white with the black features.
Sounds great.
I'll picture it in my mind.
And if the pumpkin was white, it would make totally perfect sense that you'd name him Whitey. But the pumpkin is orange.
Like
Senor Blanco.
Why did you just name him Orangey?
Yeah.
Well,
because that sounds stupid.
Yeah, orange, you stupid. Yeah, see, that wouldn't.
Naming him Whitey
is cruel.
We had something to discuss.
All right, Punky.
Okay, we have some. All right. Well, exactly. Now we know how the mind of Vinny Two Tanks works. It's once he commits,
that's it.
Yeah, forget about it. Change is not something he embraces easily.
Logic be damned.
Yep.
Okay. Well, God bless Whitey.
Or maybe orange is the new white.
Okay, we can go with that too. All right.
Orange or what?
Yeah. So how long you think this new pumpkin's going to last there, Vinny?
I think I'll get another 2 months to 3 months.
2 months before it gets all squishy?
Hell, I think the last one lasted, almost 10 months?
I was going to say.
About 3 months.
Oh, was it only 3 months?
No, it was longer than
that. It felt like an eternity.
It was longer now since last Halloween.
Yeah, I thought
it lasted quite a while. I forgot exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he almost went a full year.
That's what I thought.
It's
I
not
thought
420
Yeah,
in
okay.
California
It
yet.
did go a long time. Well, like I told you, I put it outside at night, and it gets pretty chilly here in California at night.
preserves it like cryogenics.
And then during the day, I bring him inside so he
Mhm.
doesn't get too hot, because it will get hot during the day.
Right.
And I think that kind of helped extend its life.
Okay. All right. Well, so you have a plan. You know what worked for Harry last year.
You need to write a book, The Care and Feeding of a Pumpkin.
Yeah, it could be a bestseller.
What to
take
expect
care
when
of
you're about to
body.
have a pumpkin.
I think you should put a camera on him, and then at night when he's wandering around, you know where he goes.
Yeah. Are you going to bring him to Demo with you, Vinny?
And that's a little bit of a hassle.
They don't like you flying
Put that in the
fruit
overhead.
products.
I just do
across
carry
state
on,
lines.
so I don't like to carry much stuff.
I think he qualifies as fruity and vegetables.
He could get a new one and paint him up here.
Well, that's
He
true.
could have an East Coast twin. Yeah.
Hey.
And what happens if he actually does paint this one white? Then what are you going to name it?
Blackie.
There you go.
Yeah. I know.
Hey, we could make this into a contest.
I'll tell you
Dima.
what. You know what? Why don't we do this for Vinny Two Tanks, because he's flying all the way out there from California to Orlando.
Bring him
over
a
the
fresh pumpkin.
Bring him a pumpkin, Casey. You're backing out.
And we'll just give him a
Casey
Sharpie.
lives out there in Pumpkin Land
We'll
in Florida.
give him a Sharpie, a black Sharpie,
I'm
and
sure
say, go
there's
nuts.
a pumpkin patch up the street to be willing to donate to Scuba Radio
Yeah.
for Vinny.
Can you find one and bring one with you, Casey? And you
I
could
will
be.
see what I can do.
We'll call him Casey the Pumpkin Nut, and then you could present Vinny with a fresh pumpkin, and for him to artistically adorn for the Dema show next week. We'll put him on
And then
display
he
on the
could-
stage.
He could sign it and give it away as one of the prizes.
It could be one of the booby prizes. Yeah.
Everybody could bring in their pumpkins, kind of like he could be like Roguest. He just signs all his pictures. Vinny could sign all the pumpkins.
All the pumpkins. It could be
Actually,
This is
it would
my
have been a good idea to have a
pumpkin
pumpkin painting contest, because it's so close to Halloween.
Oh,
Would've been a
that's
good
not
idea.
Actually, Vinny.
Spare air, he'll have a spare pumpkin.
Why not? Yeah. I mean, who knows?
Vinny two pumpkins.
They do underwater pumpkin carving contests. Those are going on all over the country this weekend. How could we do something like that at the Dema show? We can't do underwater pumpkin carving. We could do pumpkin carving, but then it kind of defeats the purpose.
I would feel that it would be your last Dema
Just
show.
draw
Craig.
it with a Sharpie.
No. I've got it. I've got it.
He's got
we
it.
Have
Look out.
The dive magician cut a pumpkin in half.
I want him to cut a mermaid or a Scuba Radio Scuba Squad member.
You hurt Vinny's feelings on that.
Yeah, why don't we cut Vinny in half and make him Vinny two tank into Vinny one tank?
I got an idea.
What?
We pull a full Gallagher and smash it with a sledgehammer.
Oh,
the Sledge-o-matic.
That's always fun.
Yeah, bring us your old pumpkins. We're gonna take them out all week.
We're gonna
We
smash
you
them.
with a dive tank.
You'll have to do that outside, though. Probably.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of
it'd
heavy
be
lifting.
messy.
They'll have
and
to
a lot of
hose down the
work.
parking lot.
Yeah.
Scuba Radio made a mess.
As fun as that sounds.
That does sound.
It
I
does
volunteer
sound-
for that.
Wow, we could make it.
Scuba Radio went splat.
Welcome to our gooey mess. So I don't know. There's something there. I'm not sure what it is. It's not as creative as the mass diver concept, or
No, it's-
dive or no dive.
I can't compete with that, but
Yeah.
it would be fun.
I mean, if we could chuck the pumpkins at somebody.
Ooh,
you
we
know.
could pull a Letterman and dump them off the roof.
Yeah, but
Smash them into the parking
we
lot.
just have our stage is all of 1 foot high. 1 feet.
No, we get up on the roof, literally, of the convention center.
No one would,
and
would
chuck them off into
no
the
one
parking
would see
lot.
us there.
We could film it.
Well, okay, we could film it and then chuck it at people walking into the show.
No. You don't throw it at anyone.
Well, that sounds like fun.
This
now.
isn't New York City.
More coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo with a buddy or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Hopefully you're making the best of the Halloween season. We're going to definitely have it flow right into the DEMA show next week and have all kind of things planned. We may have to do something with Vinny Two Tank's new friend, his annual pumpkin that, he initially called him Whitey, because he thought it was going to be a white ghost-like pumpkin, but it's not.
No, he thought they were going to have paint, and he was going to paint it white.
They didn't have any paint, so they couldn't. He couldn't paint his pumpkin white, but he couldn't change the name either because he was already committed.
Yep. My hands are tied.
Yes,
nothing we can do.
That's just how Vinny Two Tanks rolls.
Well, if you guys are creative geniuses. Let's pick another name.
So Vinny wants to allow us to name Vinny Two Tank's new pumpkin friend.
I like Punky.
Punky? Last year was Harry, and we didn't really understand why it was Harry because there was no hair on the pumpkin. And this year,
Baldy Locks.
Well, okay. I mean, maybe we can come up with a name for Vinny. I kind of like Whitey. I mean, it has a ring to it, and it kind of makes sense when you think of. You know what Vinny does with these things.
Vinny Jr.
I don't know. Anyway, we'll marinate on that. In the meantime, we have Lad Atkins with us from the Frost Aquarium, among other things. Lad, how you doing, buddy? What's going on?
I think I'm doing better than you today.
Hey, it depends on what you're drinking. So you know.
No. I'm not actually. I'm 5.5 miles offshore in Key Largo with some divers down right now.
Okay. Well, you're doing pretty good then.
It is a beautiful day. Yep.
Excellent. Now, you guys are out there. I mean, are you got a project going on right now with the divers, or are you just out doing some reef monitoring and that kind of thing?
No, Greg, as much as I do with Frost and other things, I still run a boat 2 days a week for Quiescence. I like to keep my hands in the industry, and today's one of the days that I'm out with some divers. So
okay, all right.
All day.
Is anybody down there carving pumpkins for Halloween this weekend, or are they doing that?
No, but I do have a question. How big is this pumpkin?
Well, Whitey is probably, I'd say, about 10 inches in diameter. Yeah,
smallish.
Should put you in the small size. Yeah, why?
If it was a big one, I was going to suggest we could name it Goliath because that's what I want to talk about. But
there you go. Okay.
Well, you could do the reverse humor, right?
Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah.
get
Vinny
it.
would totally be down with that.
For a little pumpkin.
Hey, look, we really don't specialize in humor on this show, regardless. So we'll just go with whatever you
accidental.
got. Okay. All right.
But yeah, Goliath Grouper is what we wanted to talk to Lad about because they are under attack again in Florida. Florida Wildlife Commission just approved a new lottery system that is going to allow people in Florida to harvest them. What is it? 100? Is that what they agreed to? What is the deal?
No, it's 200, and I don't
200.
like to use the word harvest. I
Yeah.
like to use the word kill because that's what they're doing.
Right.
They're going to kill 200 Goliath grouper, and not even that the size allocation that they put on these things make them juveniles. I mean, the slot limit is 24 to 36 inches.
Really?
For
I
these
didn't know
200
that.
groupers. So they're killing, these fish haven't even reached maturity yet. They're
Not
killing
even
baby
close.
Goliath grouper.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah.
So,
And those are the
yeah,
ones that are going to turn into the
Mm-hmm.
big monster grouper that, divers especially like seeing. But that's where they've set up the slot limit like that. This is happening, but you are working with a team of folks that is trying to combat this. At least putting how would you look at this process and describe what it is first.
Yeah.
What are you
All
doing?
right. Yeah. Well, first I'll say this: the dive industry as a whole, DEMA, individual dive operators, and individual divers have been against this for many years, and it's only this year that the FWC finally said, "Well, we're going to do it anyway." Against all the science, against all the dive interests, against all the economics that say a Goliath is worth more alive than dead.
Right.
They kowtowed to their friends that want to go out and kill these 200 juvenile Goliath grouper. So what they did, Greg, was they came up with a system that people can enter a lottery. It costs $10 to put your name in the hat. The lottery actually ends tomorrow, so there's not much time left on it. But then amongst all of the lottery entries, they'll draw the 200 names that will be able to get a permit.
Okay.
So what we are doing is through the Wave Alliance, which is a nonprofit organization, we're encouraging as many people as we can to put their name in the hat. It's going to cost them $10, but it's worth it.
Right.
If they are chosen as one of those 200 people to get a permit, if they destroy their permit, we will reimburse them the cost of the permit.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's not going to cost them any more. So the permit fee, if your name is chosen and you live in Florida, it's going to cost you $150. If you live out of state, it's $500.
Oh, geez.
That the FWC is selling off East Goliath grouper for.
Okay.
So, but Wave Alliance will reimburse people if they destroy their permit. Send that destroyed permit to us before the season opens, so it can't be used. We'll reimburse that $150 or $500 fee.
How about that? So there'll be one less Goliath grouper that is killed due to this effort. So you can go to what's the website they can go to find out about this program?
Yes, it's Wave Alliance, and that's Wave without the E.
Okay.
So WAV Alliance.org. And then there's plenty of info right there that you just follow the clicks, and there's a link that you follow to get in the lottery. There's a link that you follow to fill out the reimbursement form.
Mm-hmm.
All the info is there. There's a fact sheet on there. There's plenty of good info in there.
But we're down to the wire. So if you want to do this, you got to do it within the next day, 24 hours.
Yeah, and if we get enough people to do this, that hopefully there won't be any fishermen that get a permit.
Yeah, I like it.
We'll protect these Goliaths. They're just magnificent creatures. Any of us that have dived with them and seen them underwater, they're this lumbering 7-foot long, huge grouper that allows you to get right up next to it. And this is just a shame that FWC is allowing the killing of 200 juveniles.
Now, does FWC know you're doing this, and are they aware of this whole program, or do you know?
I don't know if they are or not.
Yeah.
They know that the industry is against opening this fishery. I don't know
Right.
if they're aware that we're flooding this lottery, but they'll find out when they start when they start tabulating the results.
Exactly.
And,
Exactly.
And
Well,
see what's going on. But
let's hope it has an impact because, it's a unique way to approach it, I think. I hope it is successful. And because, like you said, divers love seeing these animals. They're definitely a huge attraction and you are worth way more money alive than dead.
Oh yeah, so much more.
Yeah.
It's not that we didn't try other ways to stop this from happening, but the FWC decided to do it anyway. So now we're just going to beat them at their own game.
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. Well, Ladd is always at the forefront of these type of efforts, and we applaud what he's doing. It's good stuff. And you're going to be at the DEMA show next week, right?
Yeah. So I'll be at the show, and we're actually having a Goliath Grouper panel discussion on Friday morning of the show.
Okay.
So we'll have some scientists, and we've invited FWC. I don't think they're coming, but we'll do that. And we also have an artist in Miami who's doing a Goliath Grouper piece, and she's going to allow us to sell that off and print T-shirts and NFTs and all kinds of other things. So
I love it. WaveAlliance.org. Check it out. And Ladd, thank you so much for the update. More coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You are now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
This is Orson Welles, ladies and gentlemen. That grinning, glowing, globular invader of your living room is an inhabitant of the pumpkin patch, and if your doorbell rings and nobody's there, that was no Martian. It's Halloween.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
I think it was Whitey, Vinny Two Tanks Pumpkin. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Halloween right around the corner. We are celebrating accordingly at the DEMA show next week. You'll hear all about it next week if you tune in and listen.
What do you think about this for a name for Vinny's pumpkin?
Yeah.
Gordy.
Gordy. Well, isn't that what Jerry the Diver guy said? I thought he said, what, Gordo? What did you say, Jerry? It was something similar to that, wasn't it?
Which time? I called it baldy locks and all kinds of stuff.
I thought you said Gordy or some kind of gourd thing. No?
No, that was you. You said gourd.
No, I did not. But regardless, Gordy is on the list, CJ. Fair enough.
All right, made the list.
Yeah. So anything's better than Whitey? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I
kind of like Whitey.
He asked us to try to come up with something. So.
Well, I mean, I when he commits, he commits. So they didn't have the white paint, so we might have to just stick with it. I don't know. We'll see. But we'll do something. We may have to do something with pumpkins at the DEMA show next week. But in the meantime,
you're running out of days to figure it out.
That's right. We only got a couple. That's right. But look, Mermaid Rachel would have been joining us at the DEMA show, but she got recruited for the what is the Virgin Voyage Mer Magic thing? Mer Voyage or something. Rachel, what's going on?
Yeah, well, apologies if you hear any beeping. I am at the airport, so sorry for the background noise, everybody. But this is the King and Queen of the Seas competition. It is produced by the Miss Mermaid USA gals.
What is that damn
the same
beeping?
committee that's producing that.
Yeah.
That is the escalators. This was the quietest spot that I was able to find.
That's fine.
I'm kidding.
And so we have 20 contestants that are going to be competing for the title of King and Queen of the Seas, as well as some auxiliary titles as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, Richard Branson's going to be on board. It happens to, conflict with the DEMA show because otherwise Rachel will be joining us, but she got recruited to participate in this Virgin Voyage cruise. And I mean, have you figured it out? Are you going to compete yourself, Rachel, under some particular category, or do you know yet?
Yes, so they are going to be judging us. We have an interview with a panel of judges. We also have an underwater or a poolside mersona, so you basically get to showcase your mermaid character. We theoretically have some stuff in the pool, but that is still in the works. And then we also have just like a pageant. You would be potentially in formal wear, potentially modeling swimwear, and basically having an onstage question where you're talking about your volunteer platform or something that you're advocating for, different ways that you're involved in ocean conservation.
Got it. No, what was it? The mer what at the beginning?
It is called King and Queen of the Seas.
Right,
So you can
but
look
one of
them
the
up on Instagram.
categories they're going to ask you to show your personality. No, but you said mer something. What was it?
Oh, your persona.
Your
like
persona.
Your persona, except your persona.
What is your persona, Rachel? I've never asked that because I didn't know it existed, to be honest. But what is a persona
so-
exactly?
Well, I was awarded the title of Sea Queen of Nevada. That's a finalist title.
Yeah.
And as a representative of Nevada, you have entertainment, you have heat, and you have some water. So I am going to be a fire mermaid. Unfortunately, since we're on a boat, I won't be able to have fire, but I have some other exciting things planned. So we'll see how that goes. But lots of red, vibrant, bright colors that remind you of Valley of Fire or Red Rocks if you've ever been out that way.
I like it. CJ, what do you think?
Rachel,
of this?
I don't know, man. I think you got a real shot at winning this thing.
Heck
but
yeah.
I will say this.
What?
Do not, in your interview, do not mention Scuba Radio.
What?
Because that'll sink you.
Oh,
I think that would kill her chances.
Why would you say such
I
a
don't
thing?
believe that one bit.
That
I
is-
don't believe that one bit.
That is
I
part of
don't
her
know.
persona.
I don't know.
Whether she likes it or not now.
Maybe
she's
if
one of
they've
us.
never heard the show, it might be fun.
Yeah, they'd never listen. Richard Branson, come on. He has other things
Well, I
on
would
his
love
mind.
it if we actually had some downtime in Bimini, because Neil's out there, right?
That
That's
is
one of our
true. Yeah.
stops.
Yeah, that's one of the stops that you're doing on the cruise next week. Yeah, but actually,
Yeah, so
Neil's going to be at the Dima show, but he'll have staff there in
Oh.
Bimini. So you
Wah,
can go over
wah.
there and see what's going on. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, when you've talked to us enough, like, what is CJ's persona? Does he have one, or do you have to be a mermaid to have a persona?
Yeah.
Rachel?
it can be whatever you want. It's a lot like Halloween, right? Wearable arts and crafts. So I know that there's a private thread of all of us that are sitting here talking about getting ready for the competition.
Right.
And we're all talking about what crafts and what projects and what costumes we're working on. So it's really fun, and it's a really supportive way to get to hang out with some of the contestants. Too.
Well, I like it. Yeah, they're going to be doing the mermaid thing. We'll be at the Dima show. CJ, you're going to go as what? Cock Johnson?
No, I'm going to be a pirate.
A pirate. A pirate. Okay.
A
All right,
regular pirate.
Yes.
Don't.
I'm trying not to, CJ.
Thank you, Jerry.
Huh. I
If you guys have time, one of you should be the Starbucks mermaid. That would be the best. That would be such a fun costume.
That would be
All you
great.
need is cardboard for the ring, like a green wig and some
Damn
makeup.
it.
Wow. Well,
That
you
would
already
be
have
good.
you already have your pirate outfit, don't
It
you?
wouldn't be me.
Oh, who would it? That
That's
would
a
be
girl.
Jerry.
Greg lives on Starbucks, so
He
Well,
does.
no, I make my own coffee now. Sorry, I went
Is
cheap.
that the one that made out of the cat poop?
Yeah, you liked it, didn't you?
I don't
Oh, I
drink that
heard
crap.
about this. I heard about this in the pharmacy this week.
Yeah, I
Somebody
don't-
brought that up.
Yeah, I don't drink that.
Yeah, you
Really,
got
you must live a boring life to say, "Oh, look, cat poop. Let's put it in the coffee maker."
Yeah, I heard that it's like some sort of special coffee bean, and the
That's-
cat-like animal digests the berry itself, and then
Yeah.
poops out
That's
the-
why your
very
litter
expensive
box is
coffee.
always clean.
very expensive. That is an extra step in the whole coffee bean
Yeah.
process.
That's
that-
that's why
supposed to be the
Greg's
best
litter
tasting
box is
coffee in the
very
world.
Yeah. And, Vinny might take it a step further out there in California and do Vinny's poop coffee.
This is
clean.
my
It's
this
a
is my
tsunami
piece of
wave
poop I just
across the
painted.
world.
His name is Poopy.
Oh, boy. This took a weird turn. Anyway, back on track. This actually is a big deal for her to be on the Virgin Voyage,
Oh, that's super cool.
Mermaiden Voyage or something like that. It has some kind of thing to it. And like I said, Richard Branson is going to be on the boat. He may see you, and you might be hobnobbing
be
with a
exciting.
billionaire. Yeah. And
That
maybe,
could be
What?
interesting. That
Rachel
could be very
already
exciting.
hobnobbed with the famous.
well, yeah, but
Oh yeah, I'm so excited! November 11th. I can't wait to talk about it.
well, yeah. What can you share with us right now?
All I can say right now at this point is I got to. I've been very tight-lipped about it for the last several months, but I got to do stunts on Wakanda Forever, so the Black Panther 2 movie.
How about that?
I was right.
There you go.
That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
cool.
So you'll be able to see
I'm
Mermaid
super
Rachel.
excited.
Yeah, at least her body in some aspect of it, I guess. And we can't say
Mhm.
much more than that at this point.
Mhm.
But November 11th,
Mhm.
the movie comes out, and know that Mermaid Rachel is in the movie. How
That's
about
awesome.
that? That is awesome.
That's way cooler
So
than Sharknado.
excited.
Yes.
Do you know how long this scene will be?
Well, she hadn't seen it yet. It hadn't been released yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But some of my characters are in the previews. I'm so excited.
Oh, so you already seen yourself on TV, have you? Or do you
I've
know?
seen the previews. That's all I can say.
That's right. See, if she told us, she'd have to kill us. Or turn us into cat coffee or something. I don't know.
Well, I could teach you how to do the stunt fighting and we could pretend to die.
Oh, I
It would
love
be like
this.
pretend
That'd be
death.
cool.
I love this
Yeah.
idea. Yeah. Yeah, she is a stunt
That'd be great.
performer. So not only does she deal with fire and swinging it around artistically, she can also, kill you.
Whip some ass.
Yeah. So we may put you to work
Very
after you
nice
get off
about it.
this Virgin Voyage Mermaid.
What's the name of the
thing.
movie again?
Black
It's
Panther 2.
2, Wakanda
I'll have to look
Forever.
for that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, golly.
I'm really excited.
Yeah. I don't think.
It's called Whitey. the
Oh,
Return
boy. I was going to say. Yeah.
White
Just the
Panther.
complete antithesis of Whitey. So
Yeah, okay.
see how Whitey fit
All
in?
right. Well, I don't know where he's going with this. And we thank God we're out of time. All right. Once again, next week, we're going to be from Dima, from the Dima Show. Make sure you tune in. Till then, remember, it's always better. Where, gang?
Yeah.
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters?
Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.